Anyways, so we had this little interesting tweet there from Ababs, which if you don't know Ababs, he is the creator of Kick Tools, I believe, kicktools.app. So I think it was, and he's created a bunch of cool things, right? A hype train and just a whole bunch of stuff. He's the person who has my TTS, the TTS that we were using all day yesterday. That runs through Abab's TTS and stuff like that. So we're gonna take a look. He had a couple things to say about Kick. I had a couple things to say about Kick here. I thought it was quite interesting. He says, "Food for thought. Thinking about Kick's future. I hate to admit it, but a lot of the talk going around doesn't seem too far-fetched," which I think would relate to, people, referencing 2.0, Kick is dying, Kick's not doing this, Kick's not doing that, and it's just going down a bad route, and they need to reevaluate. I think is sort of what he's referencing there by the talk not being too far-fetched. "I'm seeing it happen right before my eyes. The optimism some of you share, sure, is great, but with my extensive experience in business, both in management roles across multiple ventures and as a proprietor, it's clear that some of these changes need to happen soon before it's too late." And well, some of these changes is, a wide variety of things. I mean, we got a big lack of development. We got big lack of communication, right? We don't really fully know what's kind of going on, or at least it's not out in the public there of what's really going on. I mean, just to give you this perspective here, just to give you a little bit of a perspective, the when did the I can't even remember it. When did the creator incentive program like announce here? January 31st. Okay. Like the creator incentive program, this was announced January 31st. There's a few people getting into the program, but there's not a whole lot right now. Even though there's a lot of applicants going on, there's not a whole lot right now. And people are sitting there waiting for weeks. I mean, some people have been waiting 3 weeks. I mean, maybe even 4 weeks for a response and stuff, which is fine, right? That's kind of to be expected, right? It's kind of to be expected. It's gonna be like first come, first serve. First people who sent the emails in, they'll get through it. But there's no like response from Kick saying like, or from Kick support even. Again, Kick support Twitter could really be helping out right now and being like, we still have a large influx of emails to get into the creator incentive program. And it's going to take some more time. It's going to take some more time. Just something to kind of help, even though that technically doesn't even say anything. It's just kind of something for people to help them, help them along with it. Okay. The process rather than something is better than nothing, in a manner like this. But it's a great example. I mean, literally a month ago, they announced this, and all that stuff. And again, did you get re-signed? Well, no, I'm not on contract anymore. I'm in the creator incentive program now, like the actual dashboard program. But like I said, we'll see if I can maintain full time or not. I don't know. We will find out, right? We will find out and go from there. But then he goes on to say, "I'd like to say, while I feel the way I do above, this doesn't mean I don't love Kick and the vision." So again, constructive criticism, right? I mean, I'm a very similar way here. I don't agree with a lot of stuff Kick does. I think there could be 1,000 ways, 1,000 different things that Kick could do that would just genuinely be better. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Kick. We talk about a lot of Kick stuff on my channel, especially in the morning. And there's a good amount of stuff that's not good and not in a good light. But that doesn't mean I don't like the platform, and I don't see the vision that they're kind of wanted to go for. I don't know really what they want to go for now, but yeah, I'm ride or die for sure. I'm merely speaking from a business perspective. And to build on this even more, I do not want to see things end up bad for the platform. I've invested lots of time into building Kick Tools, and it only benefits me if it continues to grow. Again, business perspective, the product that you build a third-party tool for, the more that the product grows, the better your third-party tool grows. Yeah, of course, of course. Sometimes we need to take a step back and process things more logically than passionately. I mean, ultimately, listen up. We've been waiting for we've been Kick 2.0 technically was started I mean a year ago by now, bro. It's better literally like a year when Kick 2.0 was um originally started in development, right? Which is like a complete overhaul of the platform. We don't even know what happened to it. Okay, we don't know what happened to it. We heard like, oh, it was going to come out um you know the quarter 3 of 2023, and then they said, and then it just kind of went silent, and then it was like, oh well, by the end of the year is their target goal. The creator incentive program was supposed to release with Kick 2.0. That of course never happened. They just pushed the creator incentive program out. So yeah. um really interesting, because again, we haven't heard anything. We have no information. We have no communication at all about what's going on. All that we are told is it's in the works. That's it. It's in the works, right? And I mean, just to kind of give you a little bit of a perspective here as to the Kick 2.0, or the functionality type thing here a little bit, is that the creator incentive program, right? The creator incentive program. Let me take a look here. The creator incentive program it's really weird, right? It's a little bit weird how they launched it, because it's in your achievements page, right? But the way that they want you to submit is you to email this email. That email, anyone can email it, right? Anyone can email it. So I guarantee you there's a lot of people who are like, oh well, I don't meet the requirements, but I don't meet the requirements, but can I like uh you know um get in there, like can I get into the program? I promise you won't regret. You're gonna have a gajillion emails like that. Whereas if you could only apply once these all of these requirements are hit, it would have been more organized, in my opinion. But regardless, anyways, that's not the whole point. But he continues to say, just a small example of things that need to be fixed. Today, I heard a partner tell a new streamer on the platform to expect to get trolled and be berated, especially if you make front page. It's one thing I wasn't used to on Twitch, but it happens here. Now, my question is, I don't know who this partner is at all. My question is, did they ever get front page on Twitch? If they didn't, then this sort of is a little bit skewed. The other aspect is, I mean, honestly, expect to be trolled wherever. You don't even have to be on the front page, but being on the, yes, they have. Oh, they have. Okay, well, interesting. But still, yeah, the genuine culture of Kick, because of the people who are on here, there's a lot of toxicity. Okay, the Aiden Rosses, XQC fans are, you know, but Aiden Ross is the Neons, the Jack Dohertys, the Ice Poseidon, those kind of streamers and stuff. Yeah, the genuine community, non-genuine community, of Kick is fairly toxic. So you're gonna get a bit of hate, but ultimately I think this kind of applies to streaming in general. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're front page or not on any platform, you can still receive hate. If you cannot deal with the hate, then you have to reevaluate what being a streamer means to you. Okay, because people will tell you to go in. People will come into your channel, okay, and tell you to kiss me slightly, okay. And it's not very nice, right? It's not very nice. You got to have a big mentality. While this is true to an extent on any platform, the ideal that it's embedded in the streamers' heads that this is normal behavior on this platform, and to just accept it, is a little concerning. Okay, and I mean that's fair, right? That's fair, because again, the ideal that the community is fairly toxic, pretty toxic, is embedded into the streamer's head, and that this is normal behavior. I don't think this is normal behavior, but it technically is normal behavior on Kick, pretty much, because of the massive majority of the community. And then and to just accept it, a little concerning. Things need to be addressed and fixed, not just made out to be exceptions. And the question is like, how do you fix it, right? How do you fix it? I think my statement was more the norm of being attacked. There's always going to be trolls. That wasn't the point. My statement was more the norm of being attacked. So rather than so this, because the way that this is like, the way that this is like kind of worded is like, oh, if you stream on Kick, and especially if you get front page, you're gonna be attacked, and that's normal, right? That's normal. But I mean, it's pretty normal to be attacked, anyways, if you get visibility at all, right? But anyways, Lauren said something. So it's definitely not okay, but realistically, trolls are more likely to see people on front page and start a problem because it's the most exposure on the platform. I haven't been front page on Twitch, definitely dealt with a lot of trolls on there though. And anyone anywhere else, but I could imagine being berated by trolls if I was there as well for multiple reasons. It's not okay to happen at all, and I think telling someone just to get used to it isn't the best method. But it's also sadly true that more exposure brings out more of the nasties. And this right here, it's not okay to happen at all. And I think telling someone just to get used to it isn't the best. But what are you supposed to do? Right? Ultimately, due to the lack of tools that are available for Kick, especially in terms of moderation, what are you supposed to do? I I I, I don't know, right? What the heck are you supposed to do? So I don't telling someone just to get used to it. Yeah, basically just moderate your chat, ban the people. But ultimately get used to it because it's gonna happen, and it happens quite a bit on Kick. But that's because of the community. Okay. Yeah, I don't agree with you. I don't disagree with you. Trolls will be everywhere, especially when you're out in the spotlight. It's more the norm that is concerning and making excuses. The convo was deeper than that. I was just summarizing it. Um, yeah, Kick needs to identify trolls and mute their messages to the rest of the chat, but make it seem like others saw it by having a chatbot laughing at their trolling. I don't know, but I mean that's like AI troll or whatever. But what tools are we missing on Twitch? You ban them? Can't they be banned here? They can be banned here, but the main tools that are missing are moderation tools, right? They're moderation tools. On Twitch, you have multiple third parties and stuff that have a lot of abilities to moderate stuff, like for me, for example, like I mean my channel occasionally will have a toxic individual that'll come in or whatever, but I, I can't, with the way that it is right now, I can't really make like for example, there was a bot named LiveBot, which was very early on Kick. It was like one of the first bots. You could ban a phrase, right? You could, if you wanted to ban, you know what? I wish we can get when someone is banned, they won't be able to view the stream. I could literally ban that entire phrase. And that was one of my favorite features of LiveBot. Even though LiveBot broke half the time, when it worked, that was one of my favorite features. Every time you could put an entire phrase in there, and if it's that exact phrase, it would delete the message, ban them. Well, timeout didn't exist, but you used to be able to do that, right? Or did timeout exist? I don't remember. But anyways, it would be able to moderate it. That was one of the greatest moderation features, in my opinion, ever. None of these other bots that came out have it. There is, of course, like banned words, but not banned phrases. But yeah, I don't know. Rip live bot. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, Pazammer, if that answered you. I mean, I hope now that they trying to ban the small streamer, the small troll stream. Remember, Twitch hate raids was normal back in the day and still happens now. Oh yeah, there's a lot of hate raids and stuff like that that happens on Kick too. The point is, Kick has built the reputation that you have no consequences except a day or two ban. Usually, very very few cases where they put their foot down and go all out. Right, right, and I mean, bro, we've talked to some people at Kick and stuff like that before, and it's kind of like Kick's Kick's goal here, Kick's idea is, oh well, We just want to give them a little slap on the wrist. Say, hey, don't do that again. 1 day ban. It's like, I think the main way they do it is a 1 day ban, 3 day ban, 7 day ban, 30 day ban, and then a perma ban. That's kind of their like step in bans that they normally do. Sometimes there's different bans there, but different band lengths. But yeah, Kick's idea, again, their target goal, I mean, we've known this for a very, very long time, is that they want to be very lenient, right? They want to be very lenient, so that they want to be lenient when it comes to bans. They want to just give you a little slap on the wrist, tell you a 24-hour ban, and then do better. Then if you do it again, well, okay, well, we'll do a 3 day ban, or maybe another 1 day ban. Just a little slap on the wrist. That's kind of Kick's moderation, is what they typically do, right? They don't they don't want to just 30-day ban, perma ban. And here's another thing why, right? Another reason why, and I've heard this before, that they don't really want to do really long bans is that some of these people rely on streaming. So if there's a full-time streamer that does something like that and you ban them for 30 days, then you're taking away their income, right? You're taking away maybe a majority of their income for 30 days. Well, yeah, but I mean, depending on how bad the situation is, that would be a much bigger lesson than a 1 day ban. What the heck's a 1 day ban, bro? And that goes back to 2.0 and API having more tools to handle these situations. Right, of course. Of course, yeah. 2.0, Kick 2.0, and API, of course. A lot of it goes back to that a bit. And ultimately, again, we have no information, right? Again, I mean, I've said it a couple times, and I hope I'm wrong, but listen, I've seen tech companies do this before, and it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we're working on it. But in all reality, behind the scenes, they're not really working on it because, oh, they don't know how to do this. They don't have the right person to do this. They need to get more funds for this. There's not enough developers. It's being made by one person. Like, there's a whole bunch of reasons. And then we're not told that. All we're told is, oh, it's being worked on. It's steady. It's being worked on hard. But do we even know? Do we even have proof that it's being worked on? No, I'm guilty of that before. Of course, right? It just is, right? It's that idea to be like, oh, hey, it's really good for me if I told them it's being worked on, when in all reality, it's just not being worked on, because you need the time, you need the developers, you need the money, you don't know how to do it, so you're trying to figure it out, like a whole bunch of stuff like that, man. And then it's like, it's good for you and it's really bad for other people, because who knows if 2.0 is even being developed. So when 2.0 does come out eventually in a year or two from now, hopefully not, dude, if it is underwhelming, we're gonna man, it better not be underwhelming at all. What 2.0 and Kicks, and what is going to be in 2.0. Yeah, we don't. And in fact, that's a great thing. We don't even know what's going to be in 2.0, right? We know the API. Otherwise, I don't know. That's up in the air. We have no clue. Absolutely no idea. We can speculate. Oh, Kicks and Giga Chats and no, we don't know, right? We have no idea. Yeah, the day before 2.0. Yeah. When Kick 2.0, is the helpful trio going to come back on stream? Maybe the duo is going to be here probably, but I don't know about the trio. Expanding category picks. Yeah, so that's actually a great point, right? That's actually a great point, is that, like, there was an update that happened like 2 days ago now or whatever. I posted it on my Twitter. They changed some UI. There's some UI adjustments here. They added numbers and they added these little bars here and an image zoom when you hover. Same thing with thumbnails of streams. There's a little zoom and some bars down here, and there you go. Yeah. Kick 2.0. No, I don't, but that's, again, that goes back to my idea of what the heck's going on, right? What is happening? Because what my question is, why is there development on this stuff here, right? When theoretically the people who worked on this should be working on 2.0, no? Or again, or are we just having one person work on 2.0? And sub count over 1K, I believe. Yeah, that stuff's fixed. So like the follower count used to show, like, for me, it used to show 8.34K, not the exact amount. For sub count, it'd do the same thing. They removed that. They removed that. They fixed it. So now you can see the actual thing. So for me, I can see the exact followers. For you guys, if you look at my channel down below, you'll see 8.34K. But for me, I see the actual accurate follower count. Uh, Accurate. The sub count is the same way. They fixed that. The viewer count, that they added the K's in here rather than the whatever, which whatever, it is fine. That stuff literally takes 10 to 20 minutes max to update. No, dude, nah, it's got to be harder than that, man. It's got to be harder than that, right? It's got to be harder than that. It can't take that. It's got to take more time than that. It's got to take at least 5 or 6 months. Okay. Like, come on. Come on. It's got to take at least 5 or 6 months. Like, that stuff just doesn't happen overnight. Okay. How's the syrup crew? Did we achieve syrup? We did. We got it. We made about 4 gallons of syrup yesterday. About 4 gallons of syrup. We're gonna be going outside here in a little bit, cleaning up the sugar house a bit and stuff like that. But yeah. No, I thought this was interesting to talk about a little bit, and you cracking me up. I thought this is a little interesting to kind of go over and talk about. I think there was some more people. Um, I think there was some more people here uh, that talked about some things, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know. I know a lot of people. Here's something. I read this. Babs, it does sound as if Kick could use your insights on how to better approach this from a business sense. I do feel there's too much personalism getting in the way from a truly innovative approach Kick set out to be. Ultimately, personalism is going to happen. All right. People, I mean, how is a product made? You make a product being like, oh, hey, I personally think this product would do good. I would personally want to use this. That's ultimately how the product is made. But when it gets to a certain business point, then it's like, okay, get a bunch of people's minds together. They all give insights and just bounce ideas back and forth, counter arguments, why it would be good, why it would be bad, whatever. But the sad reality of this, and the main reason I bring this up, is because ultimately Kick's not gonna hire. They're not gonna really hire anybody from the community. Okay, they're not. What they're gonna hire. They're not gonna really hire people from the community. A decent amount of people that I know who's gotten hired on to Kick um are definitely not from the community. They're from like Twitch staff, or they're from like Twitch or other tech companies they worked at before, and they don't really know much about streaming, right? They don't know much about streaming. They don't know much about Kick. They don't know much about Twitch. So, like, I mean, I understand you can learn, but it's like, hello? I don't know. I don't know. Steak. No, I don't think. Well, yeah, they definitely, some of the moderators and stuff they brought over from Steak and stuff. Yeah, of course, but yeah, it's a buttload of work. There's so many backend systems they need to code and recode and test to make this happen. To zoom in the image, add a number here, and add these little boxes on the bottom of the. This is like it's not a modal, but this little section here. It's a lot of back end work. Yeah, I don't know if it takes 5 or 6 months to make that. Okay, how about a Kick basement code to survive reality show? Yeah,